Hi guys, welcome to my channel. And guess what I have with me? Baby Olive. He's currently 4 weeks old, and I'm finally getting the time to make his labor and delivery story and to tell you guys how it all went down, because I literally was in labor and didn't even realize that I almost had this baby in the corridors of the hospital practically, because I just didn't even realize I was in labor. But well, I will rewind just now and tell you the whole story of what exactly happened. But here's my baby boy. He's 4 weeks old. He is very colicky at the moment, so I don't know how long he will stay calm. I'll try to make it as short as possible, and then just take care of him, and he should take a nap very soon. Okay, so let me tell you how it all went down. I was 6 weeks, let me just adjust that. I was 6 weeks past my due date, and I went to the gynecologist for my checkup, and she said, well, you know, just call the hospital and maybe they can induce you and just get things moving, because honestly I was just done with being pregnant. I was tired of being pregnant. So when I left the gynecologist's office, I called the hospital and I said, I'm 6 weeks past my due date. What is your policy to induce? And they said, okay, we usually wait 10 days, but we are empty right now, and if you want, come down. And I was like, yes, I am coming. So from the time I made the call to the time I was at the hospital, it was just in an hour, because I live close to the hospital. So I just came home, packed a few things and went to the hospital. And when I got there, they examined me, and they gave me this tampon to you know, to start the process. And the doctor told me it would take about 12 to 24 hours to work, or for, you know, for labor to really start. So I was told to go to the, you know, to the rooms where the beds are and everything. And when I got there, the nurses told me that the rooms were free, but nothing was clean. So I had to wait an hour for them to clean the room. So I went back home and I just packed my suitcase, you know, my hospital bag and everything. I even had some laundry to hang, so I hanged the laundry, and you know, I fixed some stuff for the girls, their clothes for the next couple of days at the daycare to make things easier for Tristan. And then I went back to the hospital. So because I hadn't really said goodbye to the girls properly, everything happened just so fast, I thought to Tristan, okay, let's have dinner together at the hospital so that the girls see where I am, so that they know where I am and that everything is okay. Otherwise they'd just be worried and they'd just be crying, and everything would be harder on Tristan because he was going to stay home with the girls by himself. So I went back to the hospital. At this time it's like 3 p.m. and Tristan was picking up the girls because they finish at the daycare at 3 p.m. and the idea was for him to pick up some dinner and then be at the hospital at like 4:30 so that we can have dinner together, because my next checkup was supposed to be at 6 p.m. So Tristan, you know, I'm at this point, I'm at the hospital and I'm starting to feel some pain, and I'm like, oh, what is this? What is going on? So I'm looking at the time, it's like 5 p.m. now, and I'm calling Tristan. I'm like, where are you? I'm starting to feel some, you know, some pain. I don't know what's happening. And he's like, we're almost there, just 5 minutes. So they arrive, you know, at like 10 past 5. And I'm like, I don't really feel very good right now. So I don't think I'll be able to make it for the dinner, you know. And I'm like, okay, let me try just for the girls. You know, we start to head on to the dining room where we could sit down as a family and eat. And on the way there, I'm like, oh, no, this just... I don't feel really well. Let me head on to the, you know, to the, in German it's called the Kreissaal. Let me go to the Kreissaal. I guess that's the birthing rooms where you actually give birth. It was like a 5-6 minute walk down the corridor to get there. And I was now in like a lot of pain. So I said bye to the girls. At least they had seen me, and I tried to hold it together. They didn't see I was in pain. I really did my best to try to hold it together. And so I said bye to them, and they were fine actually. And then they left, and I started to find my way to the birthing rooms. And on the way there, I was like stopping like every minute, like ow, ow, ow. So I get to the birthing rooms, and then, you know, the nurse rings. I ring the bell, and the nurse opens the door for me, and she's like, what's going on? I said, I don't know, but I'm in a lot of pain right now. So she said, okay, go into the room. Let's see if you're dilated or what's going on, and we can, you know, hook you up to the machine and measure your contractions to see what's really going on. So she says, get on the bed, and the moment I'm trying to climb onto the bed, a contraction comes, and I just jumped off that bed because it felt better for me to be like jumping around whenever the pain came, and I'd be like turning around and just hold something. And she says, go on the bed, I need to examine you. And I'm like, no, I can't go on the bed. And, you know, she's just, you know, starting to get impatient, and I'm starting to get pissed off. Like, I just told you I cannot go on the bed. And she's like, we need to check the baby's heartbeat. We need to check if the baby is fine. We cannot proceed. And I'm like, oh my God. So I jump on the bed. I did my very best. I think I was on that bed for 1 minute, and I was like, I can't stay on this bed. She's like, okay, the baby's heartbeat is fine. You can, you know, go to the actual birthing room, and the midwife will come and examine you there. So I go there, and they examine me, and she's like, she's looking at me like, where have you been? You're already 8 centimeters dilated. This baby, like, you're almost ready to start pushing. This baby will be here any moment. And I'm just looking at her like, what? How is this possible? I just got this tampon 4 hours ago, and you told me it's supposed to take 12 to 24 hours. And she's like, yeah, well, your body reacted fast. So I ask her, I say, and what about the epidural? Because I'd read online that if you're 6 to 7 centimeters dilated, it's too late to get the epidural. It's not going to happen. And she's looking at me like, well, this baby will be here before the anesthesiologist comes. You know, even if we order the anesthesiologist now. Oh, are you tired? This baby will be here before the guy even comes. So let's get ready to start pushing. And I'm like, looking at her like, you're joking, right? And then, you know, the contractions at this point were like every 2 minutes, every minute. Like, it just wasn't stopping. Like, it would stop, and I just had a moment to take 2 deep breaths, and it would be like another contraction. And I'm like, oh my God. And she's like, this baby is coming now. And I'm like, no, I need my epidural. I'm not doing this without the epidural. I can't do it. She's looking at me like, you can do it. This baby is here. Let's go. And then she, you know, she's like, jump on the bed and let's get ready to start pushing. I tried to go on the bed, and it just was not happening. Each time I laid down, it was like the contractions were like times 10 or something. So I get up, and I'm like, I cannot go on the bed. We're going to have to do this another way. I don't know, but I can't go on the bed. And then she's looking at me like, okay, let's set you up on the floor. So I basically was on all fours. And so, you know, she's like, okay, my water breaks at this point. And she's like, okay, go on all fours, and let's get you in a comfortable position for you to be able to start pushing. So I go on all fours, and I just pushed a couple of, like 4 times, and the baby was here. Like, I could not believe how fast it went, but the amount of pain I was in, like that last hour was so intensive. It was excruciating. I didn't even know that that amount of pain was possible. I didn't even know that I could, like, I was just screaming the whole time. I think the whole of Düsseldorf could just hear me. Like, it was terrible, the amount of pain. A huge difference with, you know, when I gave birth to the twins, because I got the epidural before I even had any contractions. So I guess that's why, oh, you can be in my video too. I guess that's why I, you know, when the contractions hit, I didn't even know that it was labor because I didn't experience it with the girls. But this time it was so painful. Like, I commend all the women who have 3, 4, 5 kids with no epidural. Like, I'm glad I'm planning, like, this is my last child. Like, I'm not doing that again. But, you know, when I look back, it's so worth it. And it's like once the baby is out, the pain just goes away and you kind of like just forget about it instantly. And when you have your baby, it's so worth it. So that's my short labor and delivery story before I take this little man and I have to feed him and put him to bed. Then I can start to pack my bags because we're leaving for France tomorrow early in the morning. So thank you for watching my labor and delivery story. I know it was very short, I know it was very brief, but oh, bless you, bless you. I know it was very short and very brief, but I know you guys don't have time to, you know, listen to me for half an hour. If it's your first time on my channel, thank you for watching my video. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and like this video. Show my little man some love. Let's take you out so that you can say bye to everybody with me. Come here and let everybody see you. He's such a big boy. We had his checkup a week ago and he's measuring above with everything. Look at him. 4 weeks old, you guys. 4 weeks old, baby. Say bye everybody and subscribe to our channel. Bye.